Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our meeting. So, my name is Publio. I'll be singing a couple of songs to prepare our environment. So, everybody is welcome. So, first of all, vibrate. When life lands a hand, it's time to open up your heart. It is time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate away. Loving and serving everyone. Vibrate the waves, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into song. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate the waves, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate the waves, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into song. Our dreams become reality. We join Jesus for eternity. Oh, crystal eyes, color of the sky. Pretty bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Crystal eyes, color of the sky. Gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the gold, receive our praise and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Source of love that radiates, pouring our cold night, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascades from down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their heart, with love in their heart. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. Oh, my mother's offering, harvest of wonderful blessings. Make your small son a good Christian. Make your small son a good Christian.
Sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's not so close. Sometimes we build our dreams, but then we see them decompose. When you feel down the dumps, feeling sad and blue, give life a chance, my friend. The sun will shine again on you. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Have little faith in you. Maybe tomorrow you can dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, it doesn't mean the end. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Sometimes okay to feel blue. Have little faith in you. Dream all the dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, your dreams can get you through. Have little faith in you.
When I go in to pray, I look for my good Jesus, and when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, Jesus, they never we apart.
parole de lumière du Maître divin. Il me plaît de rêver, de me trouver aussi aux côtés de Jean, Simon, Jacques, André et Lévi, de planter dans nos âmes la sémence de la foi, la sémence que Jésus nous donne et qu'un jour poussera. Et je m'imagine enfant à cet endroit-là, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre. J'entendrai sa voix à dire: tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi. Et pendant ta terre en famille, tous les jours on se reverra. Et je m'imagine enfant à cet endroit-là, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre. J'entendrai sa voix à dire: tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi. Et pendant ta terre en famille, tous les jours on se reverra. Et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our public meeting. We thank everyone for joining us tonight. And before we start, we would like to share a couple of announcements. We ask you to turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place if possible. Our meeting will have a 30-minute presentation followed by a Q&A. Then, after the presentation, we will have a spiritual treatment with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. We would like to announce that our talk is being retransmitted today by Continental Concafras Americas through their Facebook, and is also being retransmitted every Wednesday at 8 p.m. East by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and YouTube. And now we have a special invitation for those who want to learn more about Spiritism. Every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. East, we have an online and free course, the Get to Know Spiritism course. The next class will be on December 16th, and the theme will be Prayer and Gospel at Home. That's an amazing topic, so if you are interested in joining us, the link will be in the chat for registration. And now we are also offering live gospel at home. Did you know that? The gospel at home is an effective and support for you and your family's spiritual harmony. We will motivate and guide you in establishing and maintaining the gospel at home study meetings. By posting the chat, you can request it, so please let us know. You are also welcome to include your or someone else's name on the list for positive vibrations, incarnate or discarnate. The person you indicate will be assigned by good spirits to provide healing energy and strengthen goodwill. Please find the link in the chat. The topic of today's meeting will be Whoever Does Not Hate His Father and Mother from Chapter 23, Do Not Separate What God Has Joined, which will be facilitated by our brother Publio from Toronto, Ontario. Everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and we will address the questions at the end of the talk. And now we would like to invite tonight's speaker, who will also be doing our opening prayer. Welcome, Publio.
Hello, Larissa. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm happy to be here again. So
We
I
are
was
glad to
singing.
have you.
I was singing to prepare the environment, but I also was preparing myself for tonight because we're gonna talk about a little bit about this chapter. But as usual, I'm gonna do the initial prayer. So I'd like to invite everybody. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Think in this moment about Jesus Christ. Open his arms, waiting for us to go to him. And this moment say, thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be here, to learn a little bit more about your gospel. Please allow the good spirits to be here with us, helping us, intuition. Allow also the spirits that stay with us all day long, waiting for these moments of light. Your blessing to all of us be today and forever. So be it. So today they choose this topic and I'm supposed to talking about. It's a very hard topic. It's a small chapter in the gospel according to Spiritism. And I'm gonna ask you uh, permission to use some slides that's gonna help us to understand. Because as you're gonna see, let me put here, as you're gonna see, that's the strange moral, chapter 23. Whoever does not hate his father and mother. So we're gonna understand what Jesus Christ was saying to hate my father, to hate my mother, or to separate from my family. So that's what we're gonna talk tonight. So as we know, every time that Jesus was talking, teaching his gospel, a lot of people used to be around him. Was was sometimes in the boats, sometimes in the roads beside the, the the lake. So I put this passage here is brought by Lucas, and a large crowd of people was walking with Jesus when he turned to them and said, "Pay attention what Jesus Christ said. If anyone comes to me but does not hate his father and mother, his wife and his children, his brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. And anyone who does not want to take up his cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Therefore, anyone among you who does not renounce everything he has cannot be my disciple." And when I start studying this chapter, I said, "What Jesus Christ asking us, question us, and saying to us to hate our mother, our father, our wife, our kids, and renounce on everything to follow Him." It's a kind of hard to believe that Jesus Christ said something like that. because all the teachings of Jesus Christ is about love. So why he telling me that I have to hate my father, hate my mother? So that's when Kardec came to help us, when he brought, because he was studying those passage in the gospel, in the Bible, and he said, okay, it's something kind of wrong, or I don't understand very well, because Jesus Christ was very, very clear when he was teaching his love. Like he put the all the laws in two laws only: love your father as you can and your neighbor. So how can we understand Jesus Christ saying that we have to hate? So let's continue. So the next passage is the Matthew. He said the same thing. He who loves his father and mother more than me is not worth of me. He would he who loves him, his son or daughter more than me is not worth for me. So look like something is wrong. And exactly like you thinking now, I was thinking, and Kardec think the same way. So okay, Jesus Christ always teach love, love, love. Now he is asking to not to love those that he always say that the family is the beginning, is where we start loving each other. So to do that, did Jesus Christ say that? What do you think? I'm gonna give you 1 second to think. Jesus Christ teaching love, and after he is asking to hate father and mother, did Jesus Christ said that? So Kardec was kind of confused too. So he asked, because let's let's do a comparison between Jesus Christ saying. Another passage, Matthew 17:5, 17, 18. He said, do not think that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy them, but to fulfill them. For I say to you in truth that heaven and earth shall not pass away before everything in the law is perfectly fulfilled up to one single iota and one single dot. And all these teachings, it's about the love. So we cannot grow, we cannot develop our spirit, we cannot purify our spirit without love. So it looks like a contrasense saying the first passages and this one. So that's when Kardec decided to go after explanation. Kardec was considered a good sense incarnated, because he think very much and he couldn't understand or accept those passages. He said, wow, although very rare, certain words spoken by Christ make such a strange contrast that one instinctively rejects their literal meaning, and the sublimity of his doctrine does not suffer any harm because of it. So he said, okay, or Jesus Christ says something different than that, or doesn't make sense. And as we know, Jesus Christ is the model, the most perfect model that came to earth. It's the Spirit's book. That's the model. So he never would say something in one time and say something totally contrary the another time. So Kardec, okay, so if Jesus Christ said something more or less like this, must have an explanation. So he went and put this passage in the gospel according to Spiritism. In the lines down there, he put the death of this thought was not well expressed. Or, what is not less probable, the original meaning may have suffered an alteration in passing from one language to another. Oh. So he started thinking, okay, if Jesus Christ said something, something must be corrupted between the time he said, the time they wrote, because as we know, all these teachings was written after his passage, because the apostles start writing down all those teachings after Jesus Christ passed away. So it is enough for an error to be committed just once for it to be repeated in subsequent copies, as we've seen so often regarding historic facts. So he said, okay, if he said something, maybe the real meaning of those words are kind of lost, and it's kind of impossible. People keep on copying the teachings in the copying the wrong way. So, but this was his thoughts, and he said, "Okay, I have to go after something, some real explanation." So he decided to go after a very intelligent person called André Pisani. André Pisani was a specialist in Hebrew language, and he went to him to clarify those different meanings. So, because Kardec was a good sense incarnated, he didn't want to pass a message with doubts that he has, and for sure, all of us has the same doubts. So he went and looked for a person that was a specialist in Hebrew language. So that's the surprise. Look at that. This man, André Pisani, he wrote those comments. The Hebrew language was not rich and contained many words in several connotations. So some words in the Hebrew language have different meaning for the same word. For instance, non audit in Latin, kai or say in Greek does not mean to hate, but to love less. Oh, so now we can start understanding. Jesus Christ didn't say that you have to hate your mother or hate your father, but the real meaning was you have to love less your father, less your mother. Totally different the connotation. So, what the Greek verb misin express, the Hebrew verb that Jesus must have used expresses ever better. So just to remind, the Bible was transcribed. Generally, all those passages was written by Hebrew or Aramaic, and after translate to Greek or Latin. That's when the people responsible to put all the information together. So they put everything in the language that were used in that time, and most of them was Latin. So it not only means to hate, but to love less, not to love as much, or not to love the same as another. So now we start understanding. Jesus Christ said not to hate your father, not to hate your mother or children or husband or wife, but maybe love less. That's the point. So let's continue. That the same guy is explaining in the Syriac dialect, the dialect of Aramaic, the mother tongue of Jesus, which Jesus probably used more frequently. This is ascendant even more. It is in the sense that it is stated on Genesis 29, 30, and 31. And Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah, and Yahweh seeing the Leah was hated. So for us to understand here, love more than lead, and lead was less loved, not hated. So when Kardec put and brought this person, so he said, okay, now is more understandable what Jesus Christ was telling us. So if for you to follow, to go and be a disciple of Jesus Christ, yes, you continue loving your family, love your father, love your mother, but you also have to love the doctrine that you're embracing, the teachings that you're going after. So, Jesus Christ. So now we start understanding all the, the meaning. But Kardec continue with his remarks because it's very important to us to understand. So after I'm going to tell you a story about the abandon the family, abandon the husband, abandon the wife or father and mother. And Kardec said, it is obvious that the true meaning here is love less, and that is how it should be translated. In many other Hebraic passages, and especially in Syriac ones, the same verb is employed in the same of not to love as much as another. And it would be a misinterpretation to translate it as to hate, which has another well-defined meaning. Furthermore, the text for Matthew clears up all difficulties. So this how important is for us to understand. And when we don't understand completely a passage or a teaching from Jesus Christ, or even for the Spirit's book or a gospel, we have to go after to understand, clarificate everything. So Kardec thought the same way we are thinking right now, and he went after someone that really understood the Hebrew language and the Latin too. So, and we know, according to translating the for instance, the Gospel according to Spiritism was written directly in French. So translated to Portuguese, translated to English. So we have to see which version is more accurate. So now we start making sense this strange moral when Jesus Christ said that we have to maybe love less have your father, less your mother, and loves me more. Because when we thinking those apostles, they technically they left almost everything to follow Jesus Christ, especially in the beginning. So Emmanuel. Emmanuel is a spirit, protector spirits of Chico Xavier. And there is a book called The Consoler. Here, the book is El Consolador is still in Portuguese, but there's a passage there, 305. The Master Statement, because I came to set the son at variance against his father, his daughter against his mother, and the daughter in law against her mother in law, as it should be understood in spirit and truth. So, exactly the same context now, Emmanuel is exploring those teachings. So we should understand that the father the son have to hate the father, the daughter have to love hate the mother. How or how we have to understand those teachings. So he said his comment is still here. We have to consider the ancient aspect of Hebrew, with its very vigorous way of expression. It would be absurd to admit that the Lord came to establish disturbance in the sacred institute of the human family. Rather, there his consoling teaching would be the divine living of opinion, establishing the natural movements and renewing ideas, shining lights within each one through their own effort for the happiness of all hearts. So now he's saying the same thing that Kardec and that a specialist in Hebrew saying, yes, Jesus Christ would never say something like that. All the way around, he teaches all the time the power of love, how important it's love the family, the neighbor. So Emmanuel brought the same idea to clarify more and more those teachings. Kardec come back here and say this final remark. These remarks find a special application in the interpretation of the whole scriptures and the gospels in particular. If one does not take into account the environment in which Jesus lived, one is exposed to errors regarding the significance of the certain expressions and certain events due to the habits of comparing others to oneself. Therefore, one must read the term hate of its modern acceptions as contrary the spirit of Jesus' teaching. So yes, maybe in that time, even that time, the word hate didn't have the same meaning that we have nowadays. So we have to bring back the aspect, the history, the time Jesus Christ was teaching those. Even though we know now that the Hebrew language has some like short interpretations, and one word can be two different feelings: love less and hate, right? I'm gonna leave a space in the end if you wanna ask some question, and I'm gonna try to answer. So Jesus Christ, he said in Matthew chapter 19:29, and everyone look like my hello. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Hi, Publio. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, because for me here, sorry
We
everybody.
Our
For
screen
me,
is frozen, but we can
yeah.
hear you.
Okay, so I can let me try here if it's something I can do. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you, even though the it's a kind of freeze here. Sorry, the maybe the internet. I'm trying to. Okay, look like now it's gonna work. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe my computer. I'm sorry. Uh, so there's this slide here. Let me wait a little bit here. But Jesus Christ said in Matthew chapter 19:29, and everyone who has left houses, brothers, sisters, father, mother, children, or lands for my name's sake will receive 100 times as much and will inherit eternal life. So now we understand Jesus Christ always promised things if we follow, and especially in that time, that beginning of Christianism was very hard to everybody. Larissa, I'm not sure what's going on. Uh, can you try to change the screen?
Publio, the slide change. Is it the next slide that you were looking for?
Yeah, I cannot see anything. Mine is frozen here.
Okay.
So I not even can see what's going on.
The slide that is showing right now is the Joanna, wife
Okay,
of.
so it's technically the end of the chapter. So I'm gonna tell you a story. So many times we think, oh, do I have to leave my family? Just to explain how it goes. So there's a book called Good News. And inside that good news has a story about the Joanna, wife of Cusa. So this lady, the book explained very well. She was a very, very, let's say, dedicated and noble character in Capernaum. And she was a wife of Cusa. Cusa was a very important person that steward in Antipas in the city, and he takes care of interests of merchants and fishermen merged together. And didn't he didn't pay attention too much in religions, but Joanna started following Jesus Christ's teachings, and she was a very dedicated person. She wasn't Roman, but she was a very dedicated person in that community, the Jewish community. And the other hand, her husband did not tolerate the doctrine of the master, because as we know, that time Jesus Christ used to teach that everybody is equal in God's eyes. Everybody have to love even the thou gods. So he didn't take very much of, he didn't tolerate very much the doctrine. And he was Herod's high official person who's constantly had a contact with the representative of the empire. So sometimes he used to go to the synagogue, sometimes he used to go to the Roman communities and the gods and stuff like that. So Joanna started falling, but there's a day that she was feeling alone. Like we happen today, some people, the husband or the wife goes to a different gremiation, a different religion, and they feel alone. So she was feeling alone, and one day she said, "You know what? I'm gonna ask Jesus Christ. I think I should leave everything and follow him because that's what I feel in my heart." And she went and talked to Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ, in his patient and illuminate mind, tell her, Joanna, there is only one God that is our Father. So just to start is a very good start, because even though we have different religions, there's only one God that is our Father. And there is only one faith in the relationship with his love. And he said, I come in the name of God to open the temple of living faith in the hearts of human beings. So he was telling her, teaching her to calm down because she wants to leave the husband, the family to follow him. And he also said, love him anyway. You wouldn't be connected to him if there was no fair reason for that. So he started teaching and telling her, stay there in your family. There's a reason because you're there. And you have to start loving the person because would you think it right that I fight to impose your principles? Like there is no reason to fight with your husband or if wife to impose the principle. And Jesus Christ was saying the same thing. I cannot I cannot impose my doctrine. I cannot impose the love of this doctrine to anybody. We have to accept and follow, but we cannot open the heart or open the head and put those teachings there. And she started feeling calmer, and and uh, and she said, "Okay, so if I cannot leave him, what should I do?" And he said, okay, go back to your house. Love your husband as you can in this incarnation. And one day you're gonna have your time to prove your dedication, your faith in my teachings. So she went back home and start learning how to love, even though he didn't like the way she used to be. But she, like obeying the Jesus Christ teaching, she went back and observed, obey all the rules and tried to do her best to love her husband. And the time passed. The husband had health complication, and he passed away. And Joanna started working to provide herself. She had a son, and she started working to continue the life. And she wasn't very, she didn't care what the people used to say because she knows that she had to work to maintain the house and maintain the son too, and help because she was a very helper in that situation. She helped the communities, the Christian communities that is starting. In the year 68 BC, the persecution of Christians were very intensifying. And hello, hello, oh, came back. Thanks God. Oh, so this is the one here. So, Joanna, in 68, the persecution of Christians was very intensifying, and Joanna, she got caught because she was Christian. She got caught, and they took her for the circus, those places that a lot of Christians passed away in a very hard situation. So what happened was her son couldn't understand how she dedicate the life for that Christ, and they were close to die. And she said, no, that is my time to prove my faith. And the son said, mom, please, if you love me, abjure this Christ, repudiate Jesus Christ, my mom. They're gonna kill us. We're gonna be killed by the lions and stuff like that. And she said, no, we have to prove our faith. And the son couldn't understand that, couldn't understand. And folks on her resilience, the old disciple still had the strength to whisper, because the son asked, Mom, this Jesus Christ just teach you how to die? He didn't teach you how to survive? And she got the inspiration for the disciple, the spirit. And he was telling her, look, tell him this Jesus Christ teach me not only how to die, but he teaches me how to love. And they passed away. And many time after that, Joanna came came to Brazil. She was a nun here. And nowadays, Divaldo Pereira Franco is the son of Joanna, and Joanna is the guardian angel of Divaldo Pereira Franco. So this story I brought just for us to understand. We don't have to leave our family. We don't have to leave our home, our uh, daughter and son, because everything starts with love and is going to end up in love too. So love is the most important thing that we show us how to grow, how to develop our spirit. So the strange moral that Jesus Christ brought to us is because we couldn't understand the way what they put there in the gospel. But with the help of people that really understand those languages, the old language, could make sense nowadays for us to understand. You don't have to hate your mother, you don't have to hate your father. Maybe love less and follow Jesus Christ's principles, follow Jesus Christ's teachings, that it's love. So I hope I, these moments that we have tonight help us to understand a little bit. So I'd like to bring back Larissa, and I'd like to say thank you everyone for the patience, and to say sorry because I couldn't figure out what's going on with my computer. Larissa, can you come back?
Hi, Publio. Thank you so much for your reflection in this talk today. And don't worry, we were listening to you, so it was all good. I'm glad that you are back. So we have some questions. Let me find here. We have some questions and comments. First,
okay.
oh, do you want to say something?
No, just this passage, the strange moral, it's very important for us to study. Not only read a Bible. Oh, it's in the Bible, I have to follow. No, we have to understand. We have to go after the explanation. We have to clarify. And this we have in the free course that we have on Saturdays. So many different subjects we can study there. So everybody is invited to go and study with us every Saturday. Okay, just to remind.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a comment from our friend Rodrigo Farias, and he's saying, thank you for clarifying. It makes a lot of more sense now. So when you were explaining about the words, right? Mm-hmm. And we also have a question for him. He's asking, should we analyze Jesus' teachings more carefully before jumping quickly to conclusions that cannot be accurate?
Look, it's very, very, very important, this question, because this is for all the studying that we are doing already almost 2 years here. Mm-hmm. Yes, Rodrigo, it's very, very important to analyze, because the way we read today this passage, chapter 23, is not the right way. Like, if you read the Bible, there's many different places there saying that you have to kill the one that doesn't think like you. I don't remember by heart the passages. Yeah, but that's what is written there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have to analyze. We have to study. And if you don't understand, go after, because that's what the Spirit is teaching us. Go after the real meaning of the things. And the spirits came to help us to understand, like Emmanuel, André Luis, and many different spirits came to clarify this to us. So don't stay in doubts. And if you didn't understand very well, you can go after many different books, Spiritist book, gospel. Most of those passages, those clarifying, was there in the gospel that
Mm-hmm.
the Kardec went after someone that really understand the language is there. So it's easy to understand if we pay attention, if we study, not only read, but study, pay attention, understanding is very, very important.
It's the rationalized faith, right? That Spiritism brought to us. It's not
Yeah,
just read
and
and I
follow.
feel like when you actually understand what is being said, like it's easier to put it in practice as well, right?
Yes. So
Um, yep, go ahead.
no, I couldn't say too much because the next meeting is a continuation of the same strange moral. That's the why
Yeah,
Kardec said, okay, strange moral. When I
yeah,
read the first time, I said, okay, but how is a strange moral? The moral is moral. That's it. But that's the reason. Some things we have to understand because it's not the way it's written there.
for sure. I have one question that I was thinking when you were explaining, Publio.
Mm.
And you mentioned that the hate, like the word hate there, is
Mhm.
actually meaning less love. Would it be right for us to say that um, it's this loving less would be loving without be attached to our families or to our things? Because this is another thing that um, the gospel brings to us, is that sense that like this life is just temporary, right?
It's very interesting, Larissa, because like when you say, okay, I love my family, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to do this. I
Mm-hmm.
still love him. I don't love less actually. I love my family, but I have these these uh, these tasks to be done by myself. Like we have a couple of charity things going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know in London, you guys get together on Saturday, right? Saturday,
Sundays, yeah,
Sunday. What time?
usually 9 a.m., like it's in the morning. Yep.
Okay. So you have something you set down every Sunday. You get together to prepare those sandwiches, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your mother said, "Oh, Larissa, I have to go shopping." I said, "Mom, I love you so much, but
Yeah.
9 o'clock to 9 to 11, I'm doing something in name of Jesus Christ, in name of love. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I love you, but you have to wait." So see, there is not hating your mom. She's requesting something because she needs you to drive her.
Yeah.
Understandable. You're not
Mm-hmm.
loving her less, but you have compromised with something that another people are waiting for you to,
For
right?
sure.
So
Yeah.
it's still love. It's not love less, but a different level of love. I have priorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
And sometimes we need to kind of accommodate that. If not, we don't do anything, right? So,
it,
but that's a good example because in both, it's not that, like you were saying, right? It's not that we are not loving, it's just that we also need to put priority on things that like charity or other types of actions that are connected to our journey as well, right? It's not just family, it's not just work. There are other things that
Yeah,
each one will have different missions, right?
exactly. When Jesus Christ said there to follow him, it's not because I'm going to go after him here, but I'm following him trying to do something good for somebody else that really needs something, right? So I put one priority, a few hours, a few minutes in my life to help this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not because I love less, but I have something that I do for myself, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time, when like Joanna de Cusa, most of the time when the husband and wife doesn't go together, we have this kind of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everything is your religion. No, it's not everything is my religion. But I have this time set up for myself to do this. So we
Mm-hmm.
can do what you want, but must be in a different time because I have compromised myself to do this in this time. It's not hate, it's not loveless, but I'm following this, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much once again, Publio, for your time today and for all your reflections. I hope
Well,
that everybody learned something new today.
I'd like to say thank you because like I learned a lot studying for this, and I hope if somebody said, "Oh, this helped me a little bit to understand," I'm gonna be very happy. And remember, we are here not only me and you or some people in the Facebook or YouTube, but we also have those discarnate ones that follow us, right?
Mhm. They
So
are learning
I'm
as well.
very I'm very happy to share this the result of the study, and thank you guys to allow me to be here tonight with you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Publio.
Thank you.
So now we are going to move on for the preparation for tonight's spiritual treatment. PASS is the transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. PASSes help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with healthy and positive energy. In order to receive the best benefits from in order to receive the best benefits from passes, please follow the audio instructions or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. During the pass, the water that you set aside will also absorb the spiritual energy that your family and you can benefit from. We will now make a prayer in preparation for the pass, which will be our closing prayer as well. So I invite everyone to join me in this prayer. Let's close our eyes and calm our hearts, elevating our thoughts to our Master Jesus and the friendly spirits that are here with us tonight. Master Jesus, we would like to thank you for this opportunity to learn a little bit more about Spiritism and the Gospel. We ask you to help us in our spiritual journey, that we may be able to apply your teachings of love and charity in all areas of our lives. We also would like to put into your hands all the people that are currently in our prayer book, incarnate and discarnate. May each one of them receive your love and peace vibrations in their heart, assisting them with their inner needs. May we be able to receive all the benefits from the spiritual treatment that will start soon, and we ask your protection for the week ahead, trusting that you will stay with us today and always. So be it.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the moment of the passes and the magnetization of water. Let's now calm our hearts, breathing in and out. Pay attention to your body. Focus on your breath and let yourself be carried by this energy. Let your thoughts pass by without judging them. Let them flow. Allow this light to be the beacon that guides you, and allow these words to penetrate your energy. Make each word an anchor of gratitude, faith, and trust. With the purpose of healing, which takes away my faith, healing every feeling of separation, of pain, let it all dissolve in this moment, leaving only love, gratitude, and trust. We ask God for the presence of our guardian angel and the friendly spirits who welcome us into this enlightened environment of our Spiritist Center. We open our plexus of love and forgiveness by mentalizing a light surrounding our hearts. Find a quiet and comfortable place to begin the mentalization process. Remove all worries from your thoughts. We ask that during the pass you breathe slowly and deeply. Let your body relax and surrender yourself to a deep meditation. Calmly imagine divine energies in soft and colorful light surrounding you in an environment of peace and spiritual warmth. Entrusting God with your most intimate desires, raise your thoughts to Jesus and the emissaries of the spiritual environment. The path begins with the cleansing of your soul. Imagine a waterfall of crystal clear water pouring over us, removing all the feelings that keep you away from faith and trust. Feel the energy of this water bathing you and deeply breathe in, feeling peace and harmony. Allow this water to wash away all the impurities and spiritual larvae, washing away all the sorrows and resentments, any feelings of hatred and revenge that hold us back and cause us harm, not only from this life, but past ones as well. Now visualize spiritual doctors around you, applying magnetic cleansing passes, sanitizing your spiritual body of all sadness and negative energy. Mentalize these negative thoughts and feelings being washed away, evaporating from your soul, like water evaporating into thin air, and being carried far away from your mind. Surround yourself with the faith that bathes your being, bringing clarity and lucidity, rebalancing every cell in your body. May the water envelop all pain and bring the clarity of opportunity that chooses peace. The answer arises in our hearts, freeing us from all evil and freeing all whom we have caused evil into and who have caused us evil, washing away all the connections that bind us. Even though we may not understand, we are freeing ourselves from all that causes us harm. Feel this cleansing penetrate your soul and release. Now that we are spiritually cleansed, imagine yourself surrounded by the light of love from the hands of Jesus. At this moment, sing words of faith and gratitude, being faithful to the light that exists in me, planted by the zealous Father. Imagine the sunlight that surrounds and enraptures, freeing us from the chains of everything that holds us down, strengthening your faith. Allow yourself to trust in this light, surrender to it, involved in pleasant feelings and feeling relieved to receive the strengthening lights. Mentalize your spiritual mentors now applying divine light for the strengthening of your mind and your emotions, leaving you feeling emotionally revitalized. Let us now mentalize the magnetization of this water. May we mentalize all the friendly spirits, magnetizing this water and filling it with everything that our bodies, minds, and soul need, so that it may be of help to us when we drink it after the Pass. Thank you, God.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday here on Spiritism Canada and Continental Conference Americas at 8:30 p.m. East, and next Wednesday on Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. East. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube from Spiritism Canada and Spiritist Group Paths of Light. Have a good night.
Source of love that radiates, warming up our cold night, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascades flow down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their heart, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. For mine are the Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings. Make you, small son, a good Christian. Make you, small son,